Moon Knight, Season 1, Episode 1 and 2. We're going to dive into it. Spoiler warning. Welcome back to AsArt with Nick and Kyle. Today we're going to cover Moon Knight. It's on Disney+. We've also been covering shows on HBO to Apple Plus and to Paramount Plus and now Disney Plus. All these pluses. Like, woohoo, let's go. But if you guys are into fun mystery shows, we Raised by Wolves to Severance and all that good stuff. And with me, I have Pecos with a 0. Mr. Kyle, follow him on Instagram. Amazing art. We're doing cool stuff for the shows we watch too. So yeah, subscribe to stay updated. Okay. Crazy long intro, but we're going to do this now. We're going to talk about Moon Knight. We have Oscar Isaacs, right?
Yes.
Playing Moon Knight.
Ethan Hawke, yeah.
And Ethan Hawke.
Got a lot of good players in there.
Okay. Are you enjoying it so far? It's been 2 episodes. What do you think?
So, like we were kind of saying during the prep, I'm going to give it till the next episode to see. There are some interesting themes, right? Like I like the multiple personalities kind of going on, like that split between Moon Knight's character.
VFX with the mirrors are cool when he talks to himself.
Yes. Yeah. And then I actually like the almost like kind of like horror vibe, like mummy vibes I'm getting, right? Like
the mummy movies.
Yeah. So and then the other thing I like is the concept of justice and the different opposing views of how justice should be served. So, Moon Knight is the avatar of Khonshu, and Khonshu believes that in punishing the wicked, right? So people who have already committed a crime or done evil, right? And then seeking justice. And then Arthur Harrow's character is the avatar of Amit, right? And she's like this alligator goddess that believes in punishing the wicked before they've done their evil deeds. And we actually saw it in episode 2 a lot.
Yeah.
With Mark Spector.
When he holds the hands.
And basically he's saying like, well, that's kind of weird. Like, I mean, what about kids? They haven't done anything yet. Are you going to kill them or punish them? And he talks about like the right punishment being equal to the crime committed, right? And that's kind of
Minority Report vibes.
Yeah, with precogs.
With the precogs, basically.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's like the whole dilemma, like, but what if they never make that choice, right? Because there's a whole thing about choice and stuff in the future and all that. But no, I like that. I really like the idea, too, with the stuff. The thing that threw me off, I have a lot of positive things about this episode, but the comedy beats threw me off a little bit. Like when he's doing the car chase sequence, it's like, wake me up when it's time to go. It's like you're getting this like amazing Jason Bourne sequences where he's like falling in and out of like different characters and stuff, and it's just like this like do. And I was just like, like I get they're trying to do like a funny thing with this, but it's like if they would have just played this serious, like if it was done by Netflix, who did Daredevil and Punisher and stuff like that, like I just feel like that sequence would have just been like crazy good, and it could have been a little bit darker. And I get it's Disney putting this on, they probably don't want to go as dark as this character can go, but like when you wake up with blood on your hands and like every car has been shot up and everyone around you is dead, it's like I kind of want to see those other cuts. Like I really kind of want to see these other cuts. But
I mean, and it would add to the whole just disjointed multiple personality nature of it, like just how like his alter ego is disconnected from all the violence that's happened, right? And it like because in the first episode that I was like really about that. I was like, oh, this is really cool. We're kind of taken for a ride here. We don't know what's going on. Made it really chaotic and fun.
I just wish it wasn't so comedic with it. I feel like but it's fine. It's the director's choice, and it's totally like there's nothing wrong with it because you can go both ways. But most of the time with Marvel, it's the comedy route. Even when there's like something serious and there's like a quick whip, you're like, oh, like you're like getting emotionally into this character, and then it's like a joke, and you're like, ha 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 ha. But I was kind of like enjoying the emotional tension there, and I'm also really curious what they're gonna do. Because I'm not a fan of the way the CGI god looks.
Okay, of Khonshu?
Yeah, like I get like he's supposed to be like a presence and stuff, but it feels so CGI to me that it's thrown me off. I don't know what's going on with it, and nothing to do. We don't know budget and time constraints they had for this, and like getting it out. And they could probably update episodes later on and stuff like that too. But it just felt like I don't know. Maybe it was just because everything was always flowing around him and stuff like that. But it was throwing me off.
I will say that he like Khonshu looks best in those really snappy cerebral scenes. Yes. So like the whole bank scene, the bank vault scene where he's running and the lights are going and like he's going when he's like appearing different. That was cool. But then when he's standing still and he's like talking and staying there. The whole mystique of it is dispelled a bit.
It is
for sure.
Most definitely. I wonder if it would have been cooler just as a voice.
Yeah. Yeah, and like just have him kind of limited appearance.
Reveal later on or something like that. But it's fine. I'm enjoying the show so far. Like it's not like I hate it, and it's not like I really like it, but I'm just enjoying it right now. It's enough to keep me very interested. I really liked the dynamic of like his other half, Mark, having a relationship and being married. And Steve had no idea what was going on.
I'm actually more interested in that dynamic because his wife Layla like really is, she thinks it's an act. That is mind split, and it's like, no, like this is for real, and she's starting to get it now, and it's like it's really interesting. Like I'm actually the most curious about that dynamic, like what the story is behind that,
And I also kind of like how Mark's really just doing this job so the next vessel isn't going to be his wife.
That added another depth to it. I'm like, all right, okay, because Khonshu seems to be a wily kind of god, right?
He's like
likes
death,
to manipulate.
Right? He's like death. He always has like another trick up his sleeve or up his wrapping or
up his toilet paper thing.
And then also too, I wasn't really a fan of the dogs chasing after them. I don't know what it was. I could be just the design of the linkiness, but it could have also be accurate to what they were described as too. I just don't know these characters well, and it felt like the VFX were from the Mummy movies.
So I mean, that's the thing. I mean, so the dogs you're talking about, those are jackals. More like demonic jackals, right? Because we're dealing with Egyptian mythology.
Yes.
Right. So we're gonna get a lot of those type of desert. Fun. And we like the Nile stuff.
And we kind of like totally end episode 2 at the pyramids. So it's going to be cool if we kind of stay in that area for a little bit too. And it's not like we leave right away. And it's like the Mummy vibes. And I enjoyed the Mummy vibe or the Mummy movies because of the comedy with Brendan Fraser. Like it's not like I hated them, but it's like I can go back and laugh. Like there were some moments that were like fun. It was the 90s. I was a little younger too and stuff like that. I'd have
it was the 90s. It was a different time, you know.
But I'm feeling good about the show so far. Are you feeling good about the show?
I'm feeling all right. Like I said, I honestly like we'll see how it plays out for episode 3, you know. But yeah.
And then how much do you know of the comic book character?
Not a whole lot. I'm afraid I am not expert Kyle in this capacity.
No, I wasn't going to call you that.
I noticed that actually you didn't. Yeah, that was on me this time.
But it's because I don't really know what's going on in the comics. I know he has like maybe 8 different personalities or something like. I think he has much more than 2. I think there's like multiple like different personalities that he has too, like even more than we've seen so far.
And Moon Knight is he's got a personality that's not like a carbon copy, but it has similar inroads to Deadpool, right? He can be kind of zany sometimes and like kind of like, you know, like comedic. So yeah.
Yeah. So it's going along. I have a question. Why do you think only he sees the demonic dogs chasing after him?
I want to say that it's because they're avatars, so they're connected to the gods in that sort of plane, right?
Okay. So but they're interacting with the real world.
They are interacting with the real world. So like that's the thing is that I think it also has to do with belief on the part of the people observing, right? Even though we have followers of Amit, right? Like in that cult, they still don't see the, you know, like a Khonshu hitting over those trays and stuff like that, right? So I don't know. Maybe it's because they don't believe in Khonshu; they only believe in Amit, right? Yeah. Maybe that's the thing. So I don't know.
And then I kind of got Venom vibes, the Venom movie vibes from this movie,
because the voice,
like the darker voice, and even like controlling him. Like when he was like trying to grab the amulet,
Yeah.
he's like, "No, don't do it. No, what are you doing?" You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
switch to the other guy. You know what I mean? Like, well, great, we're stuck with Steve again. You know, it's just like, it's.
yeah, that's true.
So I kind of.
I mean, I did.
That, yeah.
I didn't notice it until you mentioned it. And now I can't unsee it, Nick.
Except for, his character's not like, let me eat him, I'm hungry.
Right.
It's like, the Venom character always wanted to feed. So, yeah, I mean, let us know down below what you think. If you're enjoying the show, if you think it could be better, do you think this is going to be better than Loki, WandaVision? What was another Disney Plus?
Tall order.
Winter Soldier. And
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah. Falcon, Winter Soldier. It was that
Hawkeye.
the 3. Oh, and Hawkeye was, that was probably my least favorite. Hawkeye was probably one of my least favorites because what they did to Kingpin. So, did you watch the Hawkeye show?
I did.
Okay,
yeah.
I didn't like how so Kingpin. It's the same Kingpin from the Daredevil that we know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just didn't like how he wasn't the powerful Kingpin that we knew. Like he was throwing the Hawk Girl around. I can't remember. Speedy. Was it Speedy? No, not Speedy. Kate Bishop around, and she was just getting up. Like it was like Daredevil was like when he got hit, like Daredevil like one punch and Daredevil couldn't even get up, kind of thing. And he kind of has superpower ish kind of things with his
kind of
But like she was able to survive. I don't know. Anyways, but I just think it diminished the Kingpin as being who he was. Like he could have been such a big bad in the future with Spider-Man and like a real threat. Like he could have been like a real threat. And I just feel like that hurt.
Like Enter the Spider-Verse kind of Kingpin.
Yeah, like he was freaking taking on Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man's super strength, but you're like smashing him around because he is strong in the comic books. He's like a very strong character to fight. And that whole sequence is kind of. Anyways, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Moon Knight. Let us know down below. And if you like Disney Plus, if you're enjoying it, and maybe some other shows on Disney Plus too that are comic book related that you would like us to cover, before you leave, go visit Kyle on Instagram, Pecos with a 0. He does amazing, cool sci-fi artwork and other cool artwork, and helping us design some cool stuff from shows we like to watch. So subscribe to stay updated. Go to asart.space for all the audio and video links, and we'll see you on the next AsArt.